So I spent the last 3 months testing the HaloCollar 4 in pretty much every environment I could, from neighborhood walks to wooded hikes, rainy afternoons, even swimming in the ocean. I really just wanted to see how it would perform in real-world conditions, not just ideal ones. So if you're here, you're probably wondering a lot of the same things I was. Does it actually work in the woods? Are those boundaries reliable? And is it really worth the price? Well, after putting it through all of that, I've got clear answers for you. First and foremost, the most crucial thing that all dog owners need to know about the HaloCollar 4, well, I have a discount code in the description below. We're going to talk price soon, but just know that it's going to be a little bit lower if you use the links below or if you scan the codes on screen. Before I even put the HaloCollar 4 on my dog, I spent hours combing through reviews just to get a sense of what real users were saying. And like most products, of course, the feedback was totally mixed. There were definite highs and lows, but also a few recurring themes that stood out. A lot of users loved the flexibility. They loved the training program and the fact that the system could be customized to their own dog's behavior. But there were also some concerns. Common complaints included boundary alerts being inconsistent, GPS tracking struggling in wooded areas, and the overall cost not always feeling justified, especially for people who ran into tech problems early on. Also, if you try searching for Halo reviews in 2025, make sure you're looking at the HaloCollar 4. If you're new here, Halo's first couple of collars were admittedly less impressive, as my colleague Zach can attest to. But as for some of the more legitimate complaints, well, what surprised me most is that I didn't run into those issues during testing. I'm skipping ahead a bit here, but over the course of 3 months, I used the HaloCollar pretty much everywhere. And the GPS stayed reliable the entire time. Boundaries held up even in dense trees, and the collar worked exactly the way it was supposed to. So take this feedback with a grain of salt. The HaloCollar 4 costs $549, which definitely puts it on the higher end of GPS collars, especially compared to some of those entry-level options that started around $200. But during testing, I saw a clear difference in performance. Halo uses dual frequency GPS and it connects to up to 35 satellites at once, which apparently offering location accuracy down to about 1.4 feet, which is pretty incredible. Most other collars rely on single frequency systems, and in real world use, they just weren't as precise, especially in wooded or uneven areas. I tested Halo across a mix of environments, and in my experience, it consistently held boundaries where other systems dropped out. The collar delivered pretty reliable updates every second, which really mattered when my dog Kona took off after a squirrel mid-test, as she's been known to do. Well, if you're on a small open property, a lower cost collar might be just fine. But if your dog is active or your terrain's tricky, Halo's advanced GPS makes a noticeable difference. So after testing, 3 things really made the HaloCollar stand out. First, like I mentioned, the GPS accuracy. Their precision GPS AI filters out bad data, uses motion sensors to prevent drift when your dog is still. And that made a real difference anytime my dog rested near the boundary. Secondly, it's not just a fence, it's a full safety system. So you get real-time tracking, boundary alerts, return whistles, and customizable feedback options like sound, vibration, or static. The training system, co-developed with Cesar Milan, is built right into the app and helped a whole lot with consistent results. I don't really care all that much about celebrity endorsements, but I will say that having tested other collars on the market, I actually did like this interface a little bit more. Third, the flexibility. I set up fences for our home, my parents' place, and our go-to camping spot. And you can either walk the perimeter or you can draw the boundaries right in the app. Both methods took me under 15 minutes. Setup was super simple, but you're gonna wanna follow the steps. It took me around 20 minutes to size the strap and fit it correctly using the app's video guide. Creating our first virtual fence though, it was super quick. Walking the boundary took about 15 minutes. And the cool part is once it's saved, the fence works without Wi-Fi or cell service. Real-time tracking does require a connection, but containment still worked perfectly on our off-the-grid trips. I'm gonna admit, Kona's a fast learner, so she basically got the hang of the collar right away. But Halo walks you through a gradual program in the app. Halo also offers solid support. There are really helpful articles, and if you're on a higher subscription plan, you can get live setup help. Even though she wasn't struggling at all, I reached out to support a couple of times just to see what their support team was like, and I got really helpful answers really quickly. I know this sounds a little bit ridiculous to say out loud, but the Halo 4 is rated IPX7 waterproof, which basically just means that it can handle being dunked in water without falling apart. And yes, we tested that thoroughly. My dog swam with it more than once. She loves the ocean, and it worked perfectly afterwards. The strap is water resistant, it's odor resistant, which is awesome, and honestly, it cleaned up a lot easier than I expected after a couple of muddy adventures. Feedback options are totally customizable. I could adjust the tones, the vibration, and the static levels to match Kona's temperament. So when she crossed a boundary on leash for testing, tracking kicked in right away with location updates every second. Battery life was better than I expected, usually over 30 hours on a full charge. Charging takes just about 2 hours with the magnetic adapter, and plugging it in overnight every other day kept it running without any issues at all. The app interface is intuitive, and it provides detailed information about your dog's location, activities, and collar status. Throughout my 3 months of testing, the app received 2 firmware updates wirelessly, both of which improved performance and added some minor features. So as I mentioned, the HaloCollar 4 costs $549 for the hardware, plus a required pack membership plan starting at around $10 a month. This covers GPS services, cellular data, and fence creation. Higher tiers offer some additional features like more saved fences, activity reports, and training sessions. When you're comparing long-term costs, it's worth considering that traditional physical fences can run thousands of dollars just for installation alone, plus maintenance. Other GPS collars that I researched had lower upfront costs, but they often require similar subscriptions. Halo offers a 90-day satisfaction guarantee and a 1-year warranty covering manufacturing defects, which is really nice. So after 3 months of testing, the HaloCollar 4 proved to be a solid option for active dogs who need both reliable containment and real-time tracking. It takes a little training and has a monthly cost, but the flexibility to create instant boundaries anywhere and the peace of mind that comes with dependable GPS made it totally worth it for me. So if you're thinking about trying out Halo, don't forget to use my discount code in the description to save on your order. You'll also be supporting this channel at no extra cost to you, and we appreciate that. If you still have questions about the HaloCollar, please drop them in the comments below. I will do my best to help you figure out if it's the right system for your situation based on my extensive hands-on experience with it. Thank you so much for watching, and here's to finding the perfect balance of freedom and safety for your furry family member.